All right, guys, welcome. This is episode 9 of the Bearzi podcast. For anyone that's new to the podcast, my name is Derek. I'm a YouTuber, content creator, and an aspiring filmmaker, and every once in a while, a podcaster. So today, for episode 9, we actually got a guest in. We got my boy Tim from the Oh My Days podcast. Tim, what's going on?
Yo, what's up, Doik? How you been?
Good, man. Actually, all right. The whole COVID situation still got me shook, and everything kind of sucks. But at least we're able to do this online podcast. Better than nothing, right?
Yeah, it sucks how things got better, and then during the end of the summer it was sort of like we're doing okay, and then after that it's just the cases are just rising again, man, and it's just tough.
Bro, I had so much hope. Of course, we knew a second wave was coming, right? But the way the numbers in Canada were doing really good compared to, say, the US, I was like, damn, maybe we're going to beat this thing and we won't have to go through a second wave. And then sure enough, kids went back to school and then all the numbers went backwards.
Oh, yeah, it all started because of the school thing, right?
Yeah, it was all when the kids went back to school. That's when the second wave started.
Oh, man. I like how they're like, yo, you can't have a party of 10 under one roof, and then then classrooms have 35 kids.
There's 30 kids jammed in there.
Yeah, and kids don't know how to be clean either, right?
Yeah, you can't expect kids to follow social distance guidelines because they don't understand the magnitude of the situation, right?
Exactly. So, but they think it's a good idea still to have 35 kids in a room, and it's fine.
Yeah, it's because I don't know what you do, because I know from the parents' perspective, there's a lot of pressure that they're putting on the schools to have their kids go back to school because they need to go back to work in order to make money to, pay their rent, put food on the table. So I get that whole pressure from their side. But at the same time, if the school can't create a safe environment to where the kids can at least have a classroom of half or 15, then what do you expect is going to happen, right?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, that's what I'm saying too. I feel like so ever since summer, they're always talking about how they're organizing their best to get school kickstarted again in September. And then the first week of September hits and they still have zero plans. And I know this because I have a family friend who I talk to, and she's a teacher as well.
Oh, okay.
And she's new, so her seniority level is pretty low, but she got an online teaching position, not the in-class one. And 1 week into school, and she still hasn't been assigned to her her class or her subject or her grade or anything. So she found out halfway through September already. Who she's teaching and what subjects she's teaching. So she couldn't even prepare that. You know what I mean?
Wow, that's crazy. But did she know what grade? Did she have a specific grade she teaches?
Yeah, she knew what grade, but she found out the weekend before school started.
Oh, that's brutal.
So she had no prep time. She had nothing. You know what I mean? So it was very, very unorganized opening. Yeah. Wow. So that's pretty bad. At least for Peel, I don't know about, I don't really know districts. About the other districts, but Peel is pretty bad.
Do they all have the option to do online classes, or are some kids forced to go back in class?
I think,
because I always wondered that.
Yeah. So they did a survey in the summer, where they asked the parents, would you prefer your kids to do online or in school? And for Peel region, it was 70% wanted in school teaching.
In school, 70%.
Yeah, 70%.
In favor of wow.
Yes.
I thought it'd be the other way around.
That's literally what I told her too. And she's like, yeah, it's crazy. Only 30% of the people want their kids to study online. But now, ever since all the cases are rising, all of the not all, but a lot of the families are trying to register for the online instead.
Okay.
But now there's another issue because the region it wasn't prepared for a high influx of online teaching, so they have to hire crazy amount of teachers and infrastructure for online learning that they
Oh,
weren't
what a
ready.
disaster.
That they weren't ready for. So, yeah, I don't know. This year sort of messed up. I feel like they should have just like delayed the school year in general, to be honest.
Yeah, and figure it out until they had a reasonable plan in place to accommodate all the kids, especially for online classes.
Yeah,
Like,
dude.
you should have made that option available for everyone. And in the situation where, say, every parent does want their kid to do online classes, at least have the teaching capacity to do that, right? Because I can't believe 70% wanted their kids to go back to school in class.
That's a lot, man.
Like, I can't understand the rationale behind that decision, why you would want to put your kids at risk when they could just... Or is it because if your kid's in online classes, they have to stay home, so then you need someone there to watch them? Like, is that the reason?
Yeah. I know, like, it's different, right? Because I know, like, for example, like a lot of families, they have more than one kid, right?
Yeah.
Like for example, like Dawn and stuff, she has 3 kids, right? A lot of my cousins have 3 kids as well, and they're all young. And like, imagine like having to keep track of making sure your kid like, you know, is learning online while dealing with other like 2 smaller kids that aren't doing school. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, that's hectic.
So that's pretty hectic. It is pretty hectic. So I understand how, like, you know, they'd rather have the kid be immersed in a school environment where,
yeah, for sure.
like, even if they're distracted, at least they're still in school. But yeah, it's that whole thing with COVID. It's like, you know, you never know what's gonna happen.
Yeah, what a mess. And the other thing too is that no one knows what to do, and no one really has past experiences of like a pandemic like this, because the last one was what, like a plague, like a serious plague, but that was like what, 100 years ago or something. So there's like no one alive from that previous pandemic, right?
Yeah, dude. Every century it happens, dude.
Oh, that's so crazy. Like, I don't know what to think about it anymore, because over Thanksgiving, because the numbers were rising, I was so scared of seeing my parents, because they live in like a super remote cottage in the middle of nowhere, and they're pretty isolated. So it's a perfect position for my parents to be in, considering their age. And you know, it seems kind of stupid for me to go up there, and I'm out in the city, susceptible to people being sick around me, right? And I could easily bring a disease up to them.
Yeah.
So I felt really apprehensive about going to see them, but you know, they miss their grandchild so much that they wanted me to come so bad. So then we made arrangements where we stayed on a completely separate floor. We didn't eat dinner together, and the whole interaction was so strange. Like, I still can't get over it.
Yeah, I saw your video where where I saw that footage of you guys having separate dinners, and
yeah, I was messed up, right?
Yeah, and I was looking at him like, man, like, this is so sad, you know? Like, it's Thanksgiving, you guys can't even like, well, technically you guys can, but you guys are trying to, be the safest you can, which is like, which is what you should do, right? But yeah, it's sad to see that, but also like at the same time, it's like, throughout all of this, you find out like how determined you are to still keep that connection, as a family or as friends and stuff throughout all of this, and like you do all the creative things you can in order to, be together in some sort of way, and to stay connected. So I think that's pretty cool, right?
Yeah, we tried to make it work, but it's so hard in the moment, especially if you haven't seen your parents in months, right? And then you finally see them, and then you can't hug them, or you can't go up to them and ask them how they're doing, or you know what I mean? You can't even sit at the dinner table with them. And it was so like rough. And I was just like, what am I doing here? And of course I have all this free time because now I can't go near them, right? So what am I going to do? So then I filmed a YouTube video in like the forest. It's like so messed up. Yeah, that's why it turned out like that. It was kind of weird, but
damn. How did your parents feel about it?
My dad was just really happy we were there. But I think my mom was a little more shook because she couldn't play with Tiffany, her only granddaughter in our family. She's the only one.
Oh, damn.
And yeah, and my family is like, all guys. Like my mom grew up with me and my brother, then most of my cousins are boys, and then my mom has like 5 brothers. Like, so there's so many dudes in our family, right?
Yo,
so then,
that's crazy.
I know. So I have a daughter. My mom is like blessed. You know, so and now, you know, through no fault of her own, she's forced to miss these months of her growing up, right? And finally we bring her up there and she can't hold her, can't play with her, can't do anything with her, right? So it was kind of rough on her, and I could see it like in her face, but at the same time it's not worth the risk, right?
Right. Yeah, like looking back, it's like, oh man, like we could have had that Thanksgiving dinner together, and I could have played with the kid and whatever, but what if things got worse and like the virus transmitted, and then somebody passes away? That it's not like worth it, you know what I mean?
Yeah, exactly. Then in hindsight you're like, wow, we're so stupid, we risked our lives for
like
some
all
turkey.
Because we wanted like a dinner together for like one night,
for some stuffing and cranberry sauce. Like that's the reason why you killed ourselves.
Yeah, I mean, I'm sure like both your family and your parents are like safe, so I wouldn't be too worried about it. But I mean, yeah, I definitely know where you're coming from, though.
Yeah. Oh, did you hear about that guy that just died from COVID? He was like a fitness bodybuilder.
Oh,
that
30-year-old influencer, right?
Yeah. What was his name?
Yeah,
so he's from some European country.
Yeah, his name was Dimitri.
Oh yeah, Dimitri.
Yeah, and he's like I think he was 33-year-old like fitness influencer, and
Dimitri Stuzhuk. How do you say that? Stuzhuk?
I have no idea how to. I just know his name is Dimitri.
Dimitri. Yeah, I literally just saw this story before we started the pod, and he was saying something like there was no COVID and it's a hoax, and then all of a sudden he got it.
Yeah, so he didn't believe in COVID, and he told his fans not to believe in COVID either.
Wow.
So not only was he a non-believer, like he tried to, make sure that everyone thinks it's fake too, which is fucking stupid.
That's so crazy.
Yeah, he caught the virus and then he died. I don't know, like how do you feel about that? Like, is it just like, like he suffered the consequences type thing, or?
It's so irresponsible from his part, considering that he's a social media influencer. So I'm assuming he has a lot of subscribers. It doesn't really say.
I'm not sure.
I'm assuming he does.
Maybe, perhaps.
I wish it said here how many, because that would, like if he had like 1,000 subscribers or 1,000 followers or whatever. But if he has like 100,000 followers and he's telling people to not believe in the coronavirus, then we have a problem, right? Because then he's spreading misinformation to the masses, right? Yeah, because he has a platform.
Exactly. Even 1,000 is still like, you shouldn't.
Yeah, true, of course. But like in terms of the magnitude,
the reach
of 100,000, and the reach of 100,000 people, that could be crazy, right?
Yeah. But like honestly, like at that point, it's just natural selection, man. Like.
Yeah, that's true.
Like, it's just natural selection. If you choose not to take care of yourself and the people around you, like the world will take care of you in different ways, to be honest.
Yeah, I know, I hear you. But you know what's kind of weird though? So if he's like a bodybuilder, like those guys are really healthy. Like they take all their vitamins and minerals, they eat clean. Yeah. So shouldn't he have like a strong immune system?
But you never know,
and
right?
He's young.
Like there could be like underlying conditions that he has. Maybe he has like asthma or whatever. Cause
okay, I see.
Right, a lot of people. Exactly, a lot of people with like with already predetermined like asthma or like some sort of heart disease or heart problems. Like chances are, if they do get COVID, they will have a rougher time, right?
Fuck, so that sucks, man.
He could be maybe physically healthy, but he still has some sort of like condition, and then yeah, I don't know, who knows? Maybe he was perfectly healthy. I don't know. I'm not too sure. But
damn, that's rough. Because I used to have asthma.
You used to? It's gone?
Used to. Yeah, when I was a kid, I had bad asthma. But
wait, how did it disappear?
I grew out of it.
Wow.
If that's a thing.
Wait, I didn't know that was a thing, actually.
Yeah, because when I was a kid, I used to have that the blue puffer and the brown puffer, like you know those little puffer things. But then my asthma was so bad, I had that like 6-inch long chamber. That chamber is a puffer, and then you inhale through the chamber.
Wow.
It was like this giant attachment the size of like, I don't know, like a small cucumber or something, and then the chamber somehow let you ingest the medicine from the puffer slowly so that it helped with the asthma attack. So I had like I used to bring those to school when I was like in elementary school. And then as I got through older and went through high school, I kind of outgrew it and never had to use it anymore.
Oh, so did you go back to your doctor and then he did some more tests and he's like, yeah, you don't have it anymore, or what?
To be honest, I can't remember. All I remember is I always had to have it with me during recess when I was a kid, especially if I was playing something like soccer where there's intense cardiovascular stress on your body, where, you know, like you're running, you're sprinting. Then I always had to have my puffer with me just in case I had an asthma attack. And I remember having 2 at school, and it wasn't horrible. It wasn't like life-threatening, but I was in a state where like, oh shit, it feels like I can't breathe, and you're like huffing and puffing and you're wheezing, and it's not a good feeling, right? Yeah. But eventually, I remember as I got older and I kept playing sports, and I never had another asthma attack ever. And so I never had to get the medication anymore.
Oh man. That's crazy. I can't even imagine like having that feeling of asthma though, and just like literally just trying to breathe, like, and you can't. That's crazy.
Yeah. Have you ever tried breathing through your nose when you have like a cold and your nostrils are like congested?
Yeah, and like you literally can't.
Yeah, and it makes like a squeaking, like maybe one nostril has like a tiny opening and it makes like a squeaking noise, and you're getting like maybe 5% of the oxygen coming in. It feels like that. Like you can get like a little bit of air in, but it's not enough. So then you kind of start, I don't know if you start hyperventilating, but your body and your lungs definitely reacts to it. And I'm sure your body goes into some type of fight or flight, like panic some mode.
Shock. Yeah.
Yeah, and especially as a kid, you know, you don't have a good grasp of the situation, and you freak out easily, right? So I remember there was 2 times where it did seem really bad, but I felt that I wasn't going to die, but it did feel severe enough, like, oh shit, give me my puffer right now, like, or else we're gonna have an issue, right?
Yeah. Enough to give you at least an anxiety attack, you know?
Oh, for sure, 100%.
Yeah, that's
maybe crazy, that's why I'm so fucked up.
Nah, no, but that just makes you more aware now, right? Of like what other people have to deal with that have that issue. So
yeah, like I understand that when someone says like, "Oh, I have asthma," like I get it. Like I totally get it. And I know what that feels like when you go through an asthma attack, and it's not fun, man. It sucks, right?
Yeah, like being born with that stuff is crazy, and allergies too, man. Some people have like really terrible like allergic reactions to things, and
yeah, that's me. I had everything. It's the worst. Like a weak human.
Yeah, exactly. Like you had a lot.
A weak human being.
Yeah. No, but it's crazy because like I would say I have like, well, okay, not as bad as you, because like I'm not allergic to food things.
Yeah.
But I'm allergic to cats and dogs and like
okay,
all this. Yeah,
the
all
dander
this, like,
and stuff.
Yeah, dander, like pollen, all this shit. Like, so I had an allergy test when I was like 12, or something like that, and they gave me the sheet of everything I'm allergic to, and I had a lot of things on it, and I lost that sheet.
Oh no.
So yeah, and like alcohol was in it and stuff, and then, yeah, so I had a lot of things I was allergic to, and I lost that sheet, so I don't know what it is now, but cats and dogs were one of them. But the thing is, I grew up with a dog for like a majority of my life.
Okay.
So like 12, like not a majority, I mean half my life. So like when I was a kid back in Indonesia, my parents had dogs. When I moved to Canada a few years later, we got a golden retriever, and golden retrievers shed like a lot, right?
Oh yeah, for sure.
Yeah, but it's weird because I guess since I was like exposed to his dander like every day, I sort of built like like an immunity to it, like his specific dander, I guess. So it wasn't bad. Like I would sneeze and stuff, and I couldn't shower him because if his like wet hair gets on me, I would get rashes.
I used to get that too.
Exactly, yeah. But like
if
being
you
around him,
wash
like,
his coat with your hands, your palms would get all messed up, right?
Yeah, I would get hella rashes like everywhere if like his wet hair touched me. Like, but yeah, other than that, like I was okay. Like, my eyes wouldn't puff up or anything. I could breathe fine. And now it's been almost probably 5 years since my dog passed away. And since then, my dog allergies got a lot worse.
Oh shit.
Yeah, it's got a lot worse. I remember I was at your house one time, and we were with a bunch of the other cousins, and and I was using a blanket that Coco was using.
Oh no.
And I didn't know because it was dark. I didn't know that it was filled with like Coco's hairs. And so I pulled it up to like my face, right? I don't know. Maybe we were watching something scary. I don't remember. I pulled it up to my face, and then my eyes just started like getting like super puffy and watery and red and itchy. And I was like, oh my God, what's happening? I found out it was the blanket. I was like, oh shit, I have to go to the washroom. I have to wash my face. I was like dying, bro.
Was this at my current place?
This was, yeah.
The blanket that's in the corner on the couch?
Yeah.
Oh my God, dude, she lies on that thing all day long and sheds all over it.
I didn't know, yo. Like, I think Amy gave it to me. We were both using it, and then I just got fucked. I was like, oh shit. And then this past Thanksgiving dinner, I was at my aunt's house, and my cousin brought her dog, and she has like a small, I don't know what breed it is. It's sort of like, it looks like a Chihuahua type ish. Did you see my story? It's like that brown dog. I don't know if you saw it.
No, I didn't see it.
Yeah, but it was sort of a Chihuahua kind of, but it's bigger. But anyways, it didn't even shed too much, but like it got to a point where like I had to keep my mask on inside, because if I didn't, like I would like I could feel the sinuses in my face like swelling up.
Oh, that's
you know
brutal.
what I mean? Yeah, so it's getting pretty bad. And I had my cousin tell me, he's like, you should try like immunotherapy. You heard of that?
What is that? Immunotherapy?
Yeah, it's called immunotherapy. So it's like they call it like allergy shots. So usually this is used for people that have like.
Really I've had those.
Oh, so you had it then?
Yeah, I've had that. It didn't work.
It didn't work. How long did you try it for? Work. How long did you try it for?
If it's the same thing I'm thinking about, where they take your. They do the allergy test and they find out what you're allergic to, and then they make like a serum based on the things you're allergic, and then they inject you with it.
Yep.
So they inject you with, they call it like a 0.1 dose. So it's like a very minor dose. It's like a and then I think it was every other week or every month, you go back and they give you like 0.1 higher of a dose, and you progressively work your way all the way up to a full dose. And my body could never get past the 0.2.
Oh, shit.
Like, they would give me the 0.1. There'd be like a tiny little reaction, and you have to wait in the waiting room for like half an hour before you can leave. Right. And then when I would come back the following month or 2 weeks for the 0.2 dose, then my arm would just like blow out in hives and bumps, and it would just freak out.
Oh, shit.
So then the next month, they would have to downgrade me back to the 0.1. And I went through this process for like 8 months, I think. And I could never get past the 0.2. So then I was like, okay, this doesn't work. This is like crazy. So then I just stopped going.
How long ago was this?
This was 2017.
That's not too long ago, actually.
Yeah, this was very recent. Or 2017, maybe 2018.
Wow.
Yeah, it was very recent. And it just didn't work.
That's crazy. Do you know which allergen you tried to get rid of?
Or so I have a theory, because when I got the allergy test, I have a lot of the common ones like dust mites and grass and pollen, ragweed and all that shit.
Yeah, same. But
I had two, and cats and dogs are minor, but I had two that were like through the roof. Like if I came in contact or consumed these, I would die. And they were the cashews and pistachios.
Oh shit.
And on the chart that they give you like a severity with a number,
Uh-huh.
and it'd be like 20 is pretty bad for like dust and everything, and then dogs would be like an 8, cats are like a 4. Like there's numbers, right? And then
Right.
the pistachios and cashews were like 30 and 35. Like they were crazy high on the sheet. Yeah. And that was around the time when I was at Andrew's place, and he gave me a cashew, half of a cashew by mistake, and it like
wait, was this
fucked
when
me
you
up.
when you had his mom's like black that black bar thing that she made?
No, it was a different time. I was eating peanuts or something because my allergy to peanuts went away, but then he gave me a cashew.
Oh my god.
So then, but it was half of one, and I tried it, and then it wrecked me.
Oh shit.
Yeah, it literally just we were at like a Korean barbecue, and I was dying.
Did you have your EpiPen or whatever?
No, I didn't have it with me because Andrew drove to the restaurant, and the EpiPen was in my car, which was back at his house. So then, like, I started feeling it. I felt this pain that was like slowly moving through my intestine. Like I could feel it in my stomach, like a sharp pain.
Fuck.
And I was like, "What the hell is that?" And I guess it like made its way to my stomach or rectum or something. And I just like beelined it to the washroom in the restaurant, and dude, I was sweating. I started to almost like hallucinate. I was trying to throw up.
You had cold sweat shitties?
Yeah, man, it was crazy. It was crazy shit. Yikes. So we had to like run out of there, and we jumped in Andrew's car, and he was booking at like 100 down Britannia or something. And I was in the back seat holding on to the headrest that's in front of you.
Right.
And the car was doing a 360 around me. I was full blown like hallucinating. It was horrible. I thought I was gonna die. I was so sick. I had this horrible pain all through my body, and I was drenched, just like drenched with sweat. But the restaurant was restaurant was so far that by the time we made it back to his house, I guess like the whole reaction just subsided, and I kind of like made it through it. So then by the time we got there, I didn't need the EpiPen anymore. But at the time, holy shit, it was bad. Like I legit thought I was like gonna pass out and die.
Holy crap, man. So, jeez. So I'm assuming you keep that EpiPen everywhere now.
Yeah, I do. But then it expired, so I gotta go get a new one. But then COVID happened, so I don't know. I can't.
Oh so my god, bro.
Yeah, so I have an expired EpiPen right now.
That's crazy. So what happens if you use an expired EpiPen? Like, I'm sure it would work to a certain degree, no?
Yeah, I don't know, because it's epinephrine, right? Like adrenaline. Epinephrine. Yeah, so maybe it like starts to expire, and maybe it's not as effective.
Yeah, damn, that's crazy, man. Like I can't imagine being in your situation, and like the thought of not being able to get to your EpiPen, you literally might die. At that point, I would just like take you to the closest hospital, though.
Yeah, exactly, right. But you know what's messed? The EpiPen, it doesn't save you, because what the EpiPen does is it gives you that shot of adrenaline, right?
Yeah,
of epinephrine. But then you have to call an ambulance right away, so they come with a second shot.
Yeah, it buys you enough time for
them
to
help. Come. Yeah, exactly. But on its own, it can't save you.
Yeah.
So I was just like, oh, this is bad.
Oh my god, yeah, dude.
Oh, it was terrible. It was the worst.
That's crazy. Have I ever told you about my time where I got that I was like hospitalized and shit?
For what?
I don't think so. So this was in 2017. I think I already met you a few times by this point.
Yeah, probably.
Yeah. So basically what happened was that I remember I had to take like Amy to the hospital because she was like, I don't know, she probably had like the stomach flu or something. She was not feeling good. So I drove her to Credit Valley Hospital, and we were in there for a long time. The ER guys are so slow, it's like ridiculous. And then yeah, so I took her to the hospital, and I guess I was like exposed to other hospital things or whatever patients had while we were waiting in that ER for so long. And then so every Christmas I would go to church with like my family and stuff. It's an Indonesian community church in downtown Toronto. So basically what you would do is you would go and you would have like the typical Sunday like mass for Christmas. And then our church had a basement where like everybody would go, and we would have like these huge like potluck dinners in our community and things like that, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, so I was there and then I was having a good time like through the whole day during Christmas. I was fine during the mass. I was fine afterwards in the basement, and then I started feeling like a little bit weird in my like in my head. Like I sort of like was sort of getting I don't know, like it's sort of my vision felt a little hazy, and I felt a little like nauseous to a certain degree.
No, what is that?
Yeah, so I was like, hey, like I need to go to the washroom. Like I don't know, I got to like, I don't know, maybe wash my face or something. Like it's weird. So I go to the washroom. I come back out, and I'm just like sitting in the corner. Like I was like my back was against the wall. I was just sitting on the floor with my knees up, and I was just like, man, like what the fuck is going on? Like the room is spinning. I'm getting hot, like fever, like out of nowhere. And then I started losing like all my energy. I couldn't like stand up and shit. And Amy was next to me, and she's just like, what the fuck is going on, right?
Yeah. Holy shit.
And then I had an uncle who's like a doctor, or not like a, like he's some type of doctor. I forgot which type of doctor.
Psychologist?
I don't know. Maybe like some chiropractor or some shit. So not like the doctor I need, but yeah,
not the doctor you need, but the doctor you want.
Yo, facts. So like Amy called him, and he came to me, and I was just like, I was all fucked up at this point, and like I literally like I felt like I had exhausted every piece of energy in my body from doing nothing, and like 5 minutes ago I was fine. And then he was hitting my pinpoints and shit, and he's asking me if I could feel shit, or like I don't know, just like doing his doctor things, and I'm just like out of it, bro. And then it came to a point I couldn't even like walk properly anymore, so they had to carry me out of the church basement into the car, and then everybody was watching me get like carried out. Like my arms was my arms were like around like my dad's shoulder and like another friend's shoulder that helped me out to get me to the car because I couldn't walk. And then I went to Sunnybrook Hospital. As soon as I got to the hospital, they put me in a wheelchair. I was out, bro. Like I was losing consciousness.
Holy shit.
In the wheelchair at the ER, and then the nurse jammed her knuckle in my chest, and I was like, oh, what the fuck is that, right? And she's like, yo, you need to tell me your name, tell me your whatever. So she's like, if you don't correspond, I'm gonna do it again. I'm like, holy fuck, right? And yeah. I guess the knuckle to the chest is a procedure they use to like, for like people going unconscious to make sure I'm still like reacting or something, because it fucking hurt like a bitch. Yeah.
Oh yeah, it's probably definitely a trained move.
Exactly. Yeah. So she did that, and then I was put into the bed. I had a really, really high fever. Out of nowhere, dude. I got a super, super high fever. They had to rip all my clothes off.
Whoa, chill.
They had to rip all my clothes off, and then they had to they put like.
Did they buy you dinner?
Yeah. Facts. Yo, trust. And then
oh fuck.
Yeah, long story short, I was in the hospital for like I think 8 hours that day. On Christmas Day.
This is on Christmas. Holy shit.
This Christmas Day.
Oh, I do remember this. Yeah. I remember hearing about it. I don't know the details though.
Yeah, everyone was messaging me after. But yeah, so it took me 8 hours, and then they ran some tests, and they were like unconclusive. Like they didn't know what happened to me. But I know I did have a deficiency in like phosphates and stuff, so they gave me effervescence for that and like all this other stuff. But they couldn't give me a conclusive answer of what happened. And what the doctor was saying, he's like, we believe it's some sort of virus. And he said we don't know what it is. Because usually he said, like, people who get these viruses, they show symptoms before, like, any of this shit happens, right? But for me, I just went from like 0 to 100. Like, I went from being okay to just super fucked. So at the same time, they thought it might have been hepatitis.
Oh shit.
Yeah, but they're like, yeah, if it's a virus, they're like, I think they think another wave will hit me again. And so they just told me to be careful.
You get corona, bro?
Yeah, that's what I'm thinking.
Like COVID-18 or something?
I got COVID-17, bro. I got COVID-17.
COVID-17?
Yeah, shit. Man. I got the prerequisite. I filled my prerequisite for COVID-19, bro. But yeah, so anyways, I'm like, okay. All right. I took a few days to recover and I felt okay again, right? I felt fine. And then now on New Year's Day.
Oh no.
On New Year's Day 2018, same shit fucking happened again. 0 to 100 again. Went back to the hospital. And again, and again it was like unconclusive. Except this time it was a lot worse. It was a lot worse.
The first time.
Yeah. Now I'm like coughing like crazy. My chest feels like it's on fire. I'm congested as hell. My throat is super fucked. On top of all the other shit I had from earlier. So this was like the worst I've ever been in my whole life. And I'm back at the hospital again on New Year's. And then I went to see like maybe 3 doctors, and I kept getting misdiagnosed. And I took all these antibiotics that I shouldn't have been taking. Because nobody
that's not good.
Yeah, because nobody could figure out what I had. But at the end of it all, I had both. I forgot what it's called. I had H1N something.
H1N1?
No, that's swine flu. That's swine flu. I didn't have swine flu. It was H1N something is what they told me. And then I also had bronchitis at the same time. And so
what the hell?
I was like
how did you get that?
Bro, I was bedridden. Like I literally, like my parents were literally like my servants. They had to bring everything to my room because I couldn't leave. I had no energy to get up. I couldn't shower. I couldn't shower myself. Like Amy literally like came over to like help me like shower and shit because I couldn't do it.
Wow, that's crazy.
Shit like that, bro. I was the worst I've ever been in my whole life for like a whole month.
So the first time you had the H1N whatever, but the second time you had that plus the bronchitis. You didn't have the bronchitis the first time.
I didn't have bronchitis the first time. The second time the second time the virus came back and also gave me bronchitis. And
oh my God.
Literally the worst pain I've had in my whole life, bro. Like I would have never thought I would be that sick in like ever, you know.
So you basically got like influenza or like a swine flu strain?
I did have some sort, but the thing is I don't know how I got it. I don't know how I got it though. But I'm assuming I got it while I was in the hospital prior when I was helping Amy out.
But then she didn't get it.
But she didn't get it. So I don't know how I got it.
So it probably isn't airborne? Maybe you touched something? Like how do you get H1N1? How is it spread? I don't even remember.
I don't know.
Damn, that's crazy. So you basically had some version of it.
I had some sort of version. It says here swine flu is exposure to the virus with sneezes, coughs, when the virus enters some sort of mucus surface. So it is physical. It's physical.
So if someone sneezes on some shit and then you touch it?
Maybe someone sneezed on me.
Or they sneezed on you?
Maybe someone sneezed on me.
Oh, man.
Yeah.
That's crazy.
Yeah, bro. But like... But like I can't imagine.
Holy shit, man.
But like I felt like I was dying, right? Because I mean I really was, but I felt like I was dying. But I can't imagine like feeling that kind of way just from like eating a cashew. You know what I mean?
But bro, I'm complaining about a cashew and you got freaking swine flu. It's like next level, man. What am I crying about?
No, but like imagine that, right? Getting this influenza is like, it's like crazy compared to accidentally eating like a cashew. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like, because you can't. That could happen to you like multiple times, but for me, like, yeah,
100%.
Yeah.
Some asshole could put it in my lunch.
Yeah,
like,
exactly.
Fuck this guy. Here's a pistachio, bitch. I'm done.
Death by pistachio.
Death by pistachio. Oh, it's terrible. Oh my gosh. Wait, so does that mean, do you have H1N1 antibodies?
I don't know. Like,
are you like immune?
It wasn't even like, so I don't know, like when they did testing, it wasn't even like, they couldn't even classify exactly what I had. But
wow,
they know it was like an H1N strain. But since like it's always like changing or something, like they couldn't tell me exactly which one I had. Yeah.
Wow, that's so crazy, because I never even heard of different types of H1N1 strains.
Yeah, it wasn't H1N1, it was H1N something.
Something else.
H1N fucking something.
Damn.
That's
wild. Because that would make the most sense, because no regular cold or flu makes you go from 0 to 100 that.
Yeah,
like,
man. Like,
had to be something super serious.
Bro, everyone was so confused, man. Like, I literally had to like, yeah. Like I don't know what happened, because I was perfectly okay, dude. Like literally 5 minutes before that washroom situation, I was like 100% like any other day. And then it just hit me like all at once.
I actually remember that time, because I remember seeing you after the fact and saying something along the lines of, "Oh, I didn't see you during the holidays, you know, how you been," or whatever. And then I found out that you got sick. Mm-hmm. But I never got the whole details of like what happened. I was just like, oh damn, this guy got super sick. But that's like serious, man. You got like an infectious disease or something.
Yeah, I went through some hard shit, bro. Like, cause okay, I know that we usually spend Christmas like on like the 27th or some shit. It's like after Christmas usually.
Yeah, we do it after. Yeah.
I don't remember if I came out that night, or maybe I did for like a little bit. I don't really remember.
I remember I saw you once. It was either after New Year's or a little before.
Yeah.
But I feel like it was after.
It was maybe after.
Because I remember there was a Christmas where you were like MIA, and we were like, oh, where's Tim? What happened to Tim? Like, we didn't know what was going on. So I'm pretty sure that must have been the year, right?
That's probably the one, man.
Damn.
Yeah, dude. It was rough. I don't think I explained it to any of the other cousins, really. I don't think anybody really knew, to be honest. Yeah.
No, we just knew that you got like really sick.
Yeah.
Or something like that. We didn't know it was like that serious. Like you could have legit died.
I could have legit died. Yeah. And I was so pissed off, because I had to spend so much energy to get out of my bed to like see these doctors just to get misdiagnosed, and I went to like so many of them.
Oh,
and I was so
frustrating.
Pissed. Yeah, like, and knowing that like I'm taking antibiotics for shit I shouldn't be taking, because like if you take wrong antibiotics, like it just fucks up your immune system more, you know what I mean? Like if you take the wrong ones.
Oh, 100%.
So I'm cheesed that I took like, you know, fucking shit that I wasn't even supposed to take. So
yeah, because that's not good.
Yeah, it pissed me off.
Wow, that's crazy.
Yeah, but like, you know, I can't even imagine what these COVID-19 patients are going through, right? Like,
yeah, I know, it's scary, man. Like to think about, you can't breathe and you need it's not a respirator, a ventilator or whatever.
Ventilator.
It's literally breathing for you because your lungs are not working.
Yeah,
that's
dude.
wild. And then your family can't even see you. Like the whole thing's a mess, man.
Yeah, it's crazy how like I don't know how people think it's fake though. You know what I mean? Like, I get that. I don't know.
Well, it's part of that whole social dilemma thing, right? It's the spread of misinformation.
Yeah.
You have one guy with however many followers as a health influencer spreading some nonsense about how COVID doesn't exist. And then there's a certain percentage of people who are generally gullible to that type of stuff, and they want to believe like the worst thing is happening.
Oh yeah.
And then in their mind, they kind of justify it, and then they'll start spreading the lies to other people, and then that's how the whole thing gets started, right?
Yeah. Yeah. That's crazy though, cuz like they literally show like, you know, footage of like live people in hospitals like getting fucked and all this stuff. I'm like, how do you how do you think that's
I know,
fake?
like, how do you,
know what I mean?
like, don't believe? It's like the people that still believe the Earth is flat. When NASA has like a live stream from their satellite where you can see the actual Earth, right? And you can see that it's a sphere, and you still believe that that's propaganda and that video is fake. Like, come on, man. That's so crazy.
Yeah, it really is crazy, man. Like all these people really can't fact check. Like they don't know how to fact check.
Yeah.
Or
but
like
it's also the fact that a conspiracy or some type of horrible news, for some reason, it's more attractive to the normal person. Like no one sees something in the news like, oh, firefighter saved a dog from whatever, right? No one cares about that. Yeah. But as soon as you see like someone dying or someone saying the Earth is flat or COVID is fake or Trump is a communist, then everyone goes crazy, right? Because for some reason that type of content is more entertaining.
Yeah, I guess so. But yeah, I guess like, well, honestly, this is part of the Social Dilemma too, actually. So if you haven't watched Social Dilemma,
yeah, I haven't watched it, by the way.
Yeah, so it's basically like a documentary where they take all these like, they used to be a head of all these social media tech companies. So for example, they have like ex-VP Google, ex-VP Facebook, ex-VP like Twitter, all these big tech giants that help build the industry to where it's at today. They all come and they come testify in this video, and they try to clearly describe to the consumers how social companies take your data and how they create all these algorithms to manipulate you, essentially.
Wow.
And so it's
was
basically
Zuckerberg there or whatever that guy's name is.
No, he's not there, but like all of the other guys, like all of the other big giants are like on there, basically. Like the guys that like basically developed or helped develop like the current state of social media and stuff like that. And basically, you know, the whole point of social media is to trap you and keep you on there, and it shares things to you that it thinks you will like, or that it wants to share with, like, what it wants you to see, basically, right? So if they want you to see like certain information, it'll push that information onto you instead of like the actual facts, basically, right? So that's how like people get into these rabbit holes. For example, if they're on YouTube, they're looking at flat earth shit, it'll keep giving you flat earth shit to the point where like,
okay,
yeah, so the algorithm will keep bringing you all these like, you know, these crazy fucking topics and all this like fake shit, just because like the goal of that platform of social media is to trap you and keep you in as long as possible, regardless of if it's giving you proper information, right?
Oh, that's horrible.
So that's how people get stuck in these like, I don't know, I guess in like these rabbit holes of like learning all these fake news shit, and it's hard to get out of it because at that point like you already learned so much that you feel like it's real. Yeah, I don't know, but the Social Dilemma talks about that and like how manipulative it is, and so like they make an organization to help fight it, like moving forward to save generations moving forward, because it's actually it's fucking up the society, man. You should definitely watch it. Like, yeah,
it's on my list for sure, at the top of things I need to watch. It's just hard to find time to fit it in there.
Yeah, it puts everything in perspective for sure. Like,
man,
everything
so
everything is not what it seems to be. Yeah, it's literally, it's all calculated. Yeah.
And you see it in real time too. Like even last night, I was working on a video and then I didn't get burnt out, but I think I was, I was good for the night. I just wanted to watch something random. And then for whatever reason, I searched in YouTube for League of Legends, like, that game. And whatever, some video came up and I watched it. But then this morning when I woke up, I went on my computer and logged into YouTube. I had all these League of Legends videos in my recommended. And I was like, what the hell is this? I just watched just one game last night before bed. And now the next morning I have all this shit in my recommended. Like, I don't want to see this.
Yeah, dude.
But it's like it thinks that that's what I want to see. So then it's pushing it in front of me.
See, exactly. And so imagine that with fake news, right?
Oh, that's so messed up. So if I were to search like Donald Trump is an undercover communist, then all I'm gonna get are like propaganda, conspiracy theory videos just put in my recommended by other crazy people. Because that's what the algorithm thinks that I want to see.
Probably, yeah. Like you know how like there was like the whole talk about Russia like fucking with the votes and shit.
Yeah, with the election.
Yeah, but they didn't. Like, in this documentary, they talk about how they use social media as a platform to, I don't know, to basically like start their propaganda or some shit, right?
Oh yeah, I've heard about that.
Yeah, so basically, like in this documentary, what they're saying is like all these tech giants are saying like what Russia did with social media is like completely legal. And it's just the algorithms that the platform used and shit that Russia took advantage of to manipulate Americans and shit. So it's really fucked up, man. Like it gets pretty deep.
Even though it's not legal, but that like it's morally wrong.
It's morally wrong, but like
but not illegal.
Like we gave them, like Americans made these resources for them to use. You know what I mean? Like if you think about it, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, dude. So it's a serious problem for sure, man. Especially since everything's digital now. So
wow, that's so crazy. So I wonder if that's why your boy Jay just was MIA today.
Yeah, maybe, man. Maybe. I feel like either way, like, a social detox is good for everyone, at least to try it,
Oh, for sure, 100%.
Yeah.
It's weird because I'm on the path of trying to make social media like a career. So it's even more bizarre for me because I study the algorithms like daily, trying to figure out, what type of content will get pushed in the YouTube recommended, what type of content will get subscribers, get watch time. Like I'm into that whole world now, right? So it's weird to see like people on the other side being consumed and being affected by these algorithms that is pushing misinformation in front of them. And the whole thing is crazy because if you search for something ridiculous like flat earth, the search result should be like a scientist proving the earth is round, and that should be the end of it. It shouldn't be like 50 videos of other idiots that believe that the earth is flat. And then you just get this like confirmation bias of all these other morons that believe the same stupid idea that you have. And then you all talk to each other in a Facebook group or a Reddit chat. And then you just like hype each other up. Yeah, bro, the government is lying. The earth is flat. This is nonsense. And then it just doesn't end, right?
It doesn't end, man. It doesn't.
That's so crazy.
Yeah, man. That's why it's wild, man. Like the algorithms are insane now. And I remember like before I even watched this documentary, like a few friends were telling me about it. And one of the friends that watched it, she actually works in ad ops, so ad operations. So her job is literally
those ads
to manage ads and maximize retention and engagement and all that shit. She's like, I'm actually part of the problem, and it's sort of fucked.
Oh man,
you know what I mean? But it's a career though, like
yeah, that's a job now. Yeah, that's a legitimate job.
It is, dude. Yeah,
that's so bizarre.
So
that's so strange. See, like I don't know how I feel about that. Like, should I just disconnect from all my social media? Because I know the stuff with TikTok is really messed up. Like the invasion of privacy through I don't know if it's the Chinese government or the Chinese Communist Party or whatever. They're just like data mining your information through the TikTok app, right? So I'm like, okay, F this, uninstall that shit, right? Even though I'm barely on it, but still though, it's like an infringement on your privacy. And I never signed off for them to be data mining my location or data mining the stuff that I'm searching for.
Dude, they take your like your serial number on your phone. They do all that shit, dude. They take all of it.
See, that's so crazy.
Yep. So they know what phone you're using, like what model, what year you bought it, like all that shit. Like,
yeah,
it's crazy. It's crazy.
And it's probably even worse for Android. It got like no antivirus protection at all.
Yeah, at least iPhone does it like a decent bit at least, but Android is on some other shit.
Did you hear about Apple's new privacy option that they're I don't know if this is a true thing or if it's a rumor, but did you hear about this?
No, like refresh me, dude.
So I heard about this, I think it was last week, that Apple is going to implement this option into their phones that it's going to give you a pop-up and it's going to ask you, do you allow the transmission of your personal data through your cell phone to other apps such as Facebook? And it's going to be like a yes or no option to turn it on or off, right?
Yeah.
And now Facebook is furious because their whole business is collecting information and selling it, right? Like that's their whole business model. Yeah. And everyone uses iPhones. So now, of course, if people are given that option, do you want to let your phone transmit your information out? Everyone's going to click no. No one's going to click yes. So then everyone on an iPhone is going to be able to browse all their social media stuff anonymously.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I noticed that.
Did you hear about that?
Yeah. I actually, it already in iOS 14 they already started doing that. Like with every app that I open, they're like, yo, like they have pop-ups of like privacy pop-ups. So, they're actually making pretty big steps to make sure that like we're giving consent or that exactly what these apps are looking for in terms of like the user. And it's pretty sick. Like even the new notification, even like. If like your camera is activated, for example, if I open like my camera app, it would show like a little green dot on the top right saying that my camera is active and my mic is active.
Oh, it's being used.
Yeah, so every time it's being used, it'll show that green or orange dot on the top right. Yeah, so like you know for sure.
That's messed up.
So it's pretty good. Like Apple is taking pretty good steps. They even have like this it's called Sign In with Apple. Have you heard of that?
No, like I know nothing about Apple because I'm all Android everything.
Dude, so it's pretty it's pretty sick. So like it's rolling out in a lot of like different platforms now, where you know how like when you make an account on a website or whatever, it says like, oh, maybe log in with Facebook or log in with like Google, right? Now they have a sign in with Apple. So basically what happens is that you click that and it uses like your Apple ID basically, and it creates like a bullshit account for you.
Oh wow!
And
so
it doesn't
encrypted,
and it doesn't share that and Apple doesn't share your actual information with that platform. So you make an account using this Apple thing, and Apple basically just makes a bullshit account for you. Yeah. Yes,
that's so interesting.
And so they don't share like your actual information with the platform, and it's pretty sick that Apple did that. Yeah.
Am I gonna have to convert to Apple? Like, is that what this world is coming to?
I think it's safer, man. To be honest.
Wow, I'm gonna have to join your side of the government, bro. Fuji and Apple. What is this?
Yo, but 15-minute recording time though, man.
Yeah, what's up with that, Fuji? 15-minute recording limit for HD video?
That's pretty lame. Brutal. That's pretty lame, man.
Yeah, that's weak, man.
Maybe it's different if you get like the GFX 100.
Oh my gosh. I don't even know.
You have to drop like $10,000 though.
Bro. You know what? I actually considered switching to Fuji. I've thought about it.
I know you did.
Like I was weighing in the cost, like the price of how much money I would lose on reselling all of my lenses and gear. And the big problem is like the camera that I want from Fuji is the X-T4.
Mm-hmm.
And I need two cameras, so I'd have to get the X-T3 as a backup. And those, just the body alone, are so expensive.
They are.
Like, they're really great cameras, but like my Sony A6400, I paid $950 for it, or $1,000.
Right.
And that's like half the price of the XT4.
Yeah, it is. Well, ST4 is also like pretty new, right? So
yeah, but like, oh man, it's such an amazing camera. I thought about switching so hard, and now I'm gonna consider switching to Apple as well.
Okay, the Apple.
Like, what is this?
Yeah, Apple one could be down the line, man. But the Apple 12s did come out. Maybe you could cop that, bro.
Oh, you see the stock? It tanked so hard.
It tanked. But I think that happened last year too. But like,
did it?
You know, at the end of the day, people will always buy Apple no matter what. So
100%.
It's just gonna go back up. So it's fine. Honestly.
Wow. Because I'd have to like learn all new software. I'd have to get like an Apple laptop eventually, get Final Cut. Like, I'm literally invested in all Android everything. Like my phone, my laptop, even like all the Adobe programs, Dropbox, like everything is all Android for me.
Yeah,
I'm not gonna lie though,
like Apple's really good for creative work though.
Oh yeah, for sure. I know people love it. People swear by Apple products for, video editing and sound effects and music.
Yeah, man. Like, it's so good. I feel like the workflow that they make is like pretty amazing. So yeah, man. I don't know. Maybe you'll switch down the road, bro.
Maybe. You know what really killed it for me was the no aux port. That just like pissed me off, bro. Like, come on. Yeah. I can't use my headphones.
Yeah, man.
So,
but like
Apple, if you fix that, I'll get on. I'll switch teams. I'll switch governments.
I feel like, wait, doesn't Apple still have an aux port though? Like, for
I thought you had to have to get the AirPod.
Wait,
things.
Are you talking about the phone? The phone or the MacBooks?
The phone.
Okay.
You have to get the AirPods, right?
Bro, not a lot of phones have auxes anymore though.
Yo, my Note 9 does, bro.
Your Note 9
the best.
Yeah, the Notes always will. But like I'm just like, generally speaking, a lot of them off the aux.
I'll admit it. Apple is a superior product, but I still love my Android. Maybe I'm just biased.
Nah, I mean, Android's fine too. Like, I'm not trying to be like a fucking on an Apple cult or some shit.
First is gonna be Fuji, then it's gonna be Apple. So we'll see. All right, bro. We just did an hour.
Oh man, it was fun, man.
Yeah, that was awesome. We gotta do more pods later down the line. Anything else you want to talk about?
No, man. I think I'm okay. If you guys want, you could check out my podcast at Oh My Days Podcast. It's on Spotify, on Google, on iTunes, and everywhere. I do it with my friend Jay. We did a podcast here with maybe like a month ago or something. Yeah.
Yeah, man, it was fun.
Yeah. So
What about the Insta?
Yeah. Oh, the Insta. Yeah. The Instagram is at Oh My Days Podcast. So follow us on there. We usually update when we have a new pod going up and stuff like that. So yeah, give us a follow if you guys want, man.
All right, cool, awesome. Well, thanks for doing this pod, bro. It was great catching up.
Yeah, thanks for having me, man. We'll do it again.
Yeah, man, anytime. All right, guys, thanks. Peace out.
Peace.
Yeah, man, that was fun.